Everything should be made as simple as possible, but no simpler. And some bright spark with Einstein said it, but it's very simple, right? Humans need to eat meat and fat, animal products. And anyone out there telling you that it's more complex than that is simply part of the problem. Human beings are carnivores. We're not herbivores. We're not omnivores. We're designed to eat meat. And I've got 8 obvious reasons, okay, why you need to eat red meat. Number 8 is definitely the most profound, and not many people are aware of it really, but they're all time-stamped so you can skip around to each one. But let's get into the first one. Humans don't digest fiber anymore. And this is really important to wrap our heads around, because most people, when they hear this, they think, nah, surely not. But we don't digest fiber. We lost that ability. We used to be able to do it. Our ancestors had something called a cecum, and every plant requires fermentation in order to break down. The plants would sit inside the cecum and it would feed all the microbes, and they would produce saturated fat and protein as a byproduct. But you see, this is why, and this is crazy when you start doing this, this is why we poop and fart so much, okay? Because all that fiber just comes straight through us. We don't digest it. And people say, oh, well, it's good for digestion and it cleans out the bowels. Well, actually, what's happening is when you go to the toilet the next day, what's coming out is the fiber that you ate 24 hours previously. So it served no purpose. So what are we designed to eat? Well, meat and fat. Like I've said, we have the lowest stomach acid pH in the animal kingdom. Lowest meaning on the pH scale, it's the most acidic. And if you look at all the carnivores out there, they all have low stomach acid pH. The herbivores, though, they have very alkaline, so the plants can sit inside and ferment and break down gradually. Now, what's also really fascinating here, and most people aren't aware of this at all, is that we produce something called bile. Okay, bile is specifically designed for the breakdown and to increase absorption of fat. So it's produced in the liver and it's stored in the gallbladder. But notice something here. There is no specific components in the body for the breakdown of fiber. But there is for the breakdown of fat and protein, our stomach pH and bile. That's what they're there for. Very interesting. And so as humans evolved, our digestive tract reduced in size because it became less energy demanding, because meat and fat are very easy to digest, whereas fiber is very, very hard to digest. And because of all this, our brains increased in size and became more energy dense. Okay, so 25% of the body's energy goes to the brain, 10% to our digestive tract. That's how easy it is, and that's how quick and efficient our digestive system is. And we can see all the evidence of this, right? We have a smaller rib cage now compared to how we used to. So the question is then, what about our brains as well? And this is really important to talk about. The human brain, and this is starting to slowly become common knowledge now, is 60% fat. Okay, so 20% of that is cholesterol, and there's other fatty acids like EPA and DHA and all the omega-6s and 3s, omega-3 being the most important. And the general consensus out there now amongst scientists, and this is slowly trickling out into the public lexicon, is that DHA was the most important and crucial fatty acid in the development of the human brain over the last 2 million years. Fatty acids are essential to the human diet. They're only found in animal products. You cannot get them in plants. They're essential for the development, the maintenance, and the optimal function of our brains. And this is a scientific medical fact. It's undisputable. Just like 2 + 2 = 4, you cannot find these in plant products. Now, some people will argue, well, you can get fats in plants. Yes, but it's the wrong type of fat. Humans need 20 and 22 chain carbon fatty acids. Plants contain 18 chain carbon fatty acids. And plenty of plant-based people out there will say, well, we can convert the fatty acids. Well, the body is very, very weak at doing that. It's not a very great conversion rate. So, you're fighting a losing battle, really. And why give your body more work to do? All of the work has already been done by evolution, right? There's no need to reinvent the wheel and make things more difficult for yourselves. Just eat what we're designed to eat, and that's meat and fat, okay? But the problem is that we've been convinced by marketing that plants and plant-based diets are very healthy for us, right? Healthy eating. When actually plants contain, and this is really difficult for some people to wrap their heads around, Plants contain toxins and carcinogens, vegetables, right? All plant matter, no matter what it is, produce compounds that can be problematic to the human digestive system and the body in general. We take for granted, right? Vegetables. We think their sole purpose on this earth is to feed us. That's why they're here, but it's not. They're here because they want to thrive and spread their seed. Everything is trying to survive on this planet, and everything is defending itself as well. Nothing wants to be eaten. Vegetables, right, plants have developed their own defense chemicals, their own way of defending themselves. Just take this for example. This is absolutely fascinating. Almonds, bitter and sweet ones, contain cyanide. And this is acknowledged by the World Health Organization. They have a page dedicated to the toxins in plants, in vegetables. Eating too many almonds in one go can be a fatal dose. And I'm not saying if you eat an almond, you're going to die, but I'm saying you are consuming cyanide, and there's no healthy level of cyanide. Like, the body has to handle that regardless of how much it is. So why give your body something to detoxify that it doesn't need to? Spinach leaves, they're high in oxalates, okay, which form kidney stones. So if you're somebody out there who suffers with kidney stones, it's likely you have an intolerance to oxalates or a toxic buildup. This can be hard, I understand, for a lot of people to accept, but this is the truth. Red meat, on the other hand, and this is just how brilliant Mother Nature is, 0 carcinogens and 0 toxic chemicals. And that brings us to the last one, and the most widely misunderstood one of them all, okay? Red meat contains everything to sustain human life. Everything that is essential to human life is found in red meat. Every single vitamin and mineral, amino acid, fatty acid, complete protein, creatine, carnitine, carnosine, electrolytes, and the list goes on and on. It's all in red meat in abundance. Plants, yes, they do contain some nutrition. Most of it, though, is locked up in compounds that we can't access. We don't have the enzymes to break it down. And it's only enough to sustain the plant itself, right? Plants are small. They don't need a lot of nutrition. Okay, red meat is the most bioavailable, nutrient-dense food available to humans. It's complete nutrition to sustain human life. It's about bringing this to your attention so you can make an informed decision for yourself. I'm not saying that you should cut out fiber completely. If you enjoy eating vegetables, okay, fine, carry on. But it's important that people realize they are non-essential to the human diet. There is no such thing as essential fiber. In fact, in many cases, it's causing most of the digestive problems that we're seeing today. Try going 30 days, no vegetables, even 90 days, and just see how your body responds. Increase your red meat. And during that time, you might find actually that you have less bloating. Your stomach will flatten, okay? You'll have less gas. But yeah, I hope that helps. I hope that you've learned something new. If you have, then remember to subscribe and like and share the video as well to get this out to more people. But it's been a real pleasure to put this video together for you, and I'll see you again soon in the next one.